Hi to the deep. Just wanted to check in and say hello. I've been MIA. Part of that has just been me shifting fully my business model and starting to think about what 2026 is all about. More to come on that as that continues to shake out. I will say that you'll start to see a lot more details about that coming in March, but really looking at some cohorted learnings, looking at ways that we can connect and continue to come back to ourselves in times of uncertainty, learning how to treat ourselves in the world with a little bit more compassion when that's not being modeled very much right now on a national level, and thinking through how we want to move forward as humanity um, in the next few years, because especially if you're in the United States of America, there's no return. There's no there's no normal after this, and especially if you're living in Minnesota and at the epicenter of some of this occupation, you know, and firsthand that there's no return. So, what is it that we're building? How can we do that within ourselves, within the environments that we circulate, and how do we do that grounded in our own confidence, in our own compassion, with a very heavy sense of self awareness? So these are the things that I'm spinning around and that I'm working with. Like I said, more details will come in March. If you have thoughts, if you have requests, please let me know. I'm stumbling forward with you. Um, I know that the importance of understanding our full identity as it pertains to our mental, physical, and spiritual well-being is crucial right now. I know that the sinew and tissue of experiences, of emotions, of energy are indicators as to where our overall health and well being of our identity is. Understanding and knowing what our soul's purpose is and being self directed and intuition connected, I think is incredibly important right now because, like I said, there's no returning. And so, really, what do we want to build? What do we want to build on the other side of this? And because the systems that we have are systems of harm, they're hurting people, and actually, we are hurting ourselves because of the influence of some of these systems. And so, how do we start to really think through releasing those systems and picking up new systems? And what does that look like? Because we are at the intersection of opportunity, and it's scary and it's deadly, and it is certainly not certain. And we do have agency and choice, though probably at the very, very micro level at this point, right? How will we daily choose to wake up? How will we interact with those who are closest to us? How will we check our emotions, check in with them, and understand how they're motivating or demotivating us to move forward? How are we showing up on our worst days? And how are we doing as little harm as possible to those around us and to ourselves on those days? So these are the questions that I am digging into. This is the work that will be coming out of To the Deep, because we're being asked to deepen our relationship with ourselves, and we're being asked to open up compassionately and make connections across our humanity in really meaningful and deeper ways. So this is outside of the system of capitalism. This is outside of the system of dehumanization. This is under in that level of humanity. How will we reclaim our humanity? That is the biggest question that I think we need to grapple with. So I wish you well. I wish you so, so much resiliency. I encourage you to call back your energy each and every day and look for micro moments of joy, whatever those might be. Let's do this. Let's stay in the deep. Let's not try to go to the shallows because it may be easy, but it's not good for us. Hang in, friends.